Hello, I'm coming to you from the 2023 North American International Detroit Auto Show. And parked behind me is a 2024 Jeep Gladiator. It's a Willys package actually, and this is the AEV upfitter package. So I'm going to do a quick walk around of what comes on this AEV package. It's a beautiful looking Jeep, but just if you can't tell, it's got some beefy 35-inch tires. It's got an AEV front bumper, but we're going to walk through it real quick here. So hold on. So let's go through this Gladiator Willys AEV uplift package. Okay, so to start with, we've got this fact sheet. Just the Willys standard features would be the 12.3-inch screen, auxiliary switch group, adaptive cruise control, full speed forward collision warning system, off-road plus mode, LED lamps. But let's get to the meat and potatoes of the AEV package. The AEV uplift package, as you can see, includes the following. Includes 35-inch all-terrain tires, a 2.0 suspension kit, EX front bumper, winch delete cover, a jack base, AEV Pro Cow, and non-V-lock wheels, but these are the 5 Pentler. I was walking around this, and I'm going to go ahead and take a few shots of the side of this Gladiator, and I think that those AEV wheels are just phenomenal. You know, oftentimes in a 35-inch tire, you'll notice that people get quite a bit of poke that comes out, and it depends on what your offset is, but just taking a look at the side, and these aren't even the wide fender flares on this Willys, but if I take a look at the side and try to show you that amount of poke, I would say it's actually pretty minimal. And what I'm talking about, if you're not familiar, is if you look at the side of that rear and that front tire as it kind of lines up from this side perspective, this is on a this is rotating as I'm talking here, so I have to keep kind of moving myself. But I would just say they did a great job of fitting those tires inside of those wheel wells. I mean, there's a little bit of poke, as in it sticks out, it pokes out, but that's pretty minimal. Anyways, I think it looks very tastefully done as well. I like the graphic on this rear bumper. You got that nice AEV logo. As I walk over the side here, again, so 35-inch tires, they look phenomenal. Actually, get in so that you can see that size. Well, I can't quite see it in the camera, but hopefully you got what you wanted to see. Okay, so as I back out, we're just going to go ahead and peer into this. So they got this on this rotisserie. It's actually looks great, but it makes it hard to see everything on the interior. There's that 12.3-inch touchscreen, which is coming on, I think, all 2024 Wranglers and Gladiators. So that comes with, I believe, about 200 off-road trails and maps. So if you're looking to do any trails, it's really handy to have those maps. It's like having somebody as your co-pilot. And then as well, all of these, I believe, all new Gladiators and Wranglers. Yep, I can see the logo. I've got that zoomed out as far as possible. But that does include the side curtain airbags. You might be able to see right there, I don't know, about the middle of the screen. You'll see that little stamp for the side curtain airbags. And so you kind of come around the front here. I'm gonna back out. There we go. So Willys, you know, right, wrong, indifferent. It really doesn't matter. If it's your Jeep, call it what you want, I say. But when I first got my first Jeep, I'd always heard about Willys or Willys, and the way I understand it is the name goes back to the Overland Willys Company, which was one of the companies that was folded into Jeep ultimately. And there's a Bantam. But anyways, Willys was the name of an individual, and I always understood it to be pronounced such as Willis, as in, what you talking about, Willis? For all my Different Strokes reruns fans out there.
What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis?
grew up watching it, so a little confession there. But if you want to call it Willys, I'm fine with that too. Okay, let's get back to this walk around. You have this AEV front bumper, and I got to say that looks stupendous. That front bumper is a modular design. You could actually take off the left side and the right side and create a stubby bumper package if you wanted. So that's interesting. And as well, you know, let's not miss this 7-slot grill. This is the new 7-slot grill design. And really, the reason Jeep did this is they wanted to redesign the grill so that Jeeps could more readily accept a winch without having to customize or cut out the grill, which oftentimes many people had to do. And so they, if you will, compress the height of or how low the grill slots go down. But to compensate for that, as I walk across the front here, I think it's pretty clear that you can see that 7-slot grill design has more or less kind of it's an optical illusion of some sort, because take this slot for example. Historically, that slot it would have been one solid bar, if you will, one solid pillar. By making that, if you will, that faux 7-slot look, they have allowed air to pass through that. So it does, supposedly these new grills create more airflow. And I got to say, I've never had an issue with airflow, but you know, people are out and doing trails. There may be instances that, you know, more air is better than not. Okay, so I got to give it to Jeep for making a functional change that seems practical, and as well for anybody down the road that would be looking to add a front winch, it's just going to be easier for you to integrate that. I'll point out that that front graphic on the hood, I think it looks great as well. You can probably see at the top of the windshield, we've got that integrated front antenna. The antenna used to come out the side here where there's that's going to be some sort of trail rated badge there on the center of the screen. So again, they've integrated the antenna into the windshield, and then in the center of the windshield, which right in front of the mirror, that would be the sensors for your adaptive cruise control. Oh, and one last thing. I gotta just give props to how this is outfitted with that Sunrider. If you don't have a Sunrider, or you're not familiar with a Sunrider, and you have a hardtop, let me just say, I have one. I really enjoyed my Sunrider. It gives me that comfort of having the hardtop and being able to take that in an area and have a little bit more security, if you will. But also just changing out those freedom panels for summer, let's say spring, summer, and fall use with that Sunrider. You could run it through the wintertime, but I choose not to. And that Sunrider just has a couple clamps on each side that secures it. I can really open and shut that with, I'd say, under 20 miles an hour with one arm. It just gives you that best of both worlds, where you have a hard top and an integrated soft top. So anyways, just a shout out to Best Tops. I think it's Best Tops that builds that. You can order that with your Jeep, or you can buy it directly through Best Tops. Okay, signing off. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.